What I do, YouTube? What it is, Fight World? It's your boy D Dynamite here, aka Mr. Boxer.com, aka Mr. Holla at your motherfucking boy. So I'm in the building today, man, and I'm here to talk about this whole Keith Thurman versus Errol Spence situation that's going on. I want to get my 2 cents on it. I've been gone for a little minute, people, man, but I'm gonna try to be more consistent with these videos, try to get them out, let y'all know how I'm feeling about these things, but. Anyway, man, I want to talk about this whole Errol Spence versus Keith Thurman thing and then Andre Berto versus Floyd thing. Now, first thing I want to say is Floyd gets a lot of hate, man. A lot of hate. A lot of unnecessary hate, okay? A lot of hate even from his own people, which is black people, which I find to be very sad, There's nothing wrong with constructive criticism. Of course not. Absolutely not. Constructive criticism can be taken, absorbed, and learned from. But when it's just straight hate, there's nothing to learn from straight hate. It's just hate. And a lot of these dudes out here, man, they just really, man, they just hating. They sound hateful. Which is sad, man, really sad, especially when it comes from your own people. Really, we should spend more time collectively trying to build ourselves up rather than tearing each other down. But of course, those are just my opinions, not those of everyone else, even though they should be. But anyway, I digress. On to the topic at hand, which is the Errol Spence versus Keith Thurman situation. Now, my thing is this, okay? Well, let me just say this. Sorry. Keith Thurman, Shawn Porter, even Kilbrook. These dudes have done great things for their career thus far. All right, they're young, up and coming superstars. Okay, they're people that can possibly make a very big splash in the world of boxing. Okay, through their skills, their personas, and etc., etc. These dudes are more than likely the future of boxing. So, with that being said, why are these dudes, not necessarily talking about Kilbrook, but Amir Khan, I'll put Amir Khan in Kilbrook's steed, why are these dudes so thirsty for a Mayweather fight? Now, I understand I understand the reasoning for why someone would want to fight Mayweather, okay? The paycheck is bigger. You get on the big stage, which is the Mayweather stage, you know what I mean? Your name on big billboards on the side of the MGM Grand. I understand the reasoning behind it, okay? But with that being said, there's no reason why these dudes should be that thirsty for this fight, okay? Now, I really feel like these dudes they're not thinking about the bigger picture. They're not thinking about the long term, okay? Yes, a win over Floyd Mayweather would establish their careers. It would legitimize these guys and make them into superstars. Of course it would. All right? But the other way, these dudes don't want to go the other way, which is maybe the harder route. All right, depending on how you look at it. But these dudes don't want to go the other way. And the other way is to fight the top guys in the division. All right? These dudes should be looking at each other to fight. Okay? I'm going to get to Errol Spence in a second. But these dudes should be looking at each other to fight. All right? Not Floyd Mayweather. Okay? Floyd Mayweather's on his last fight. Okay? Honestly, he could fight anyone. No one would really care. All right? If you don't like Floyd Mayweather, you're going to continue to not like him. I mean, let's just be honest. Nothing about him fighting Keith Thurman or fighting the local Subway sandwich artist is going to change your mind or change your feelings on whether you like him or not. All right? You're going to continue to not like him. So let's just be clear with that. He's not going to get any credit for beating any of these dudes, so just calm down. All right? So he got one more fight left. All right? Why are you chasing this guy? Okay? If I'm Keith Thurman and I'm Shawn Porter, I'm looking at Keith Thurman. If I'm Shawn Porter, I'm looking at if I'm Shawn Porter, I'm looking at Keith Thurman. If I'm Keith Thurman, I'm looking at Shawn Porter. You gotta fix that shit. You know, these are what these dudes should be focused on. The other top guys in the division, because once Floyd Mayweather leaves, which is gonna be in September, those belts are gonna be open. So who do I need to knock off in order to make sure that when those belts are vacated, that I get them, or that I'm in line to fight for one, or that I can go ahead and become the next superstar of the division? That's what I'm thinking about. Okay? Who are the true competitors in the division that I need to fight in order to legitimize myself as a superstar? Alright? People don't understand, or these guys, they seem like they don't understand that Mayweather is Mayweather. But I'm me. I need to fight the top guys and win in a dominant fashion in order for me to legitimize myself. Okay? And honestly, if they fought these other top guys, like say for example, if Amir Khan and Kell Brook fight, I guarantee you, or they fought in May, I almost guarantee that the winner of that fight would have 9 times out of 10 would have got a Mayweather fight. You know why? Because the fans would have recognized the winner of that fight to be a legitimate contender for Floyd Mayweather. Right now, as it stands in 2015, the fans, and I mean the mainstream fans, do not recognize any of these opponents as a legitimate contender for Floyd Mayweather. So what that means is, even if he beats Keith Thurman, even if he beats Shawn Porter, the mainstream media, the mainstream boxing fans aren't going to give him any kind of credit for it. So what would be the difference between him fighting Shawn Porter, Keith Thurman, Kell Brook, and fighting the local Subway sandwich artist? What would be the difference in the mainstream fans' eyes? There would be no difference, honestly. And you guys know that. You understand that concept. Because he didn't even get much credit for beating Manny Pacquiao. You know? I mean, some people give him credit, yeah, but they don't like the way the fight went. Whatever. Everybody has their problem with every performance that Floyd Mayweather puts up. But my point to you guys is, would mainstream boxing fans, mainstream media, give him any more credit for beating Keith Thurman or any of these up-and-coming guys than anybody else in the division? And the answer is no, and you know that. But anyway, that brings me to my next point, okay? Now that we've already established that Floyd's not going to get any credit for beating Keith Thurman, he's not going to get any credit for beating Shawn Porter, he's not going to get any credit for beating any of these dudes, okay? Now that we've already established that, okay, that's already out the door. Okay, let's talk about why Keith Thurman does not want to fight Errol Spence. Alright, now let me pause for a second. In no way am I considering Keith Thurman to be ducking Errol Spence. Not by any means. Okay? Errol Spence, definitely he needs to fight other guys in order to legitimize himself as a contender. Okay? Of course. I agree with that. You know, even though you could say that the ranking system in itself is flawed and fixed. So what does it really mean to be ranked? But I can go along with the argument that he hasn't established himself as a legitimate contender. I can go along with that argument. But with that aside, if you're Keith Thurman, what are you fighting for? If Floyd Mayweather says, I want Errol Spence and Keith Thurman to fight on my undercard for a belt, what is the problem? Okay? Keith Thurman, Shawn Porter, these dudes need to step outside of their pride for a second and look at what the offer is. And the offer is, you get the recognition, you get the exposure by being on a Mayweather undercard. There's a belt on the line, so you're getting a belt. which neither Keith Thurman or Shawn Porter has. And more than likely, your check is going to be a little fatter than it would be if you were fighting someone else on another event or on another card. Okay, so what's the problem? Errol Spence not being a ranked contender should not stop you from wanting to make this fight. I don't get it. I really don't. Keith Thurman came out and said that he would fight Errol Spence for $10 million. Why? Why would you even do that? Why even price yourself out of the fight like that? Okay, because you're getting a belt, you're getting the exposure, you're going to get some extra money. So why price yourself out like that? Why be so against fighting Errol Spence Jr.? Why? You've already recognized and acknowledged that he's a superior talent in the division, so you know he's a worthy challenger. All right? The fans, for the most part, acknowledge Errol Spence as a worthy challenger. Okay? No, he hasn't fought any top guys, but the incentive for fighting Errol Spence is there. The recognition, the belt, the money, it's there. So why not? If I'm Shawn Porter, why not? If I'm Keith Thurman, why not? Why lose out on an opportunity? Because you're waiting for a Mayweather fight? Somebody that could fight a Subway sandwich artist and get the same amount of money and the same amount of recognition that if he fought any one of you? I mean, guys, I love the sport of boxing, but you guys got to look at these things logically. Okay? If you're a fighter and you think to yourself, I got Keith Thurman, I got Shawn Porter, and I got Subway sandwich artist. All right, not saying that Andre Berto is a Subway sandwich artist. I don't even know we don't know who Floyd's going to fight, okay? So I'm just going to say Subway sandwich artist, okay? Meaning it could be some bum. It could be anyone, all right? And I'm like, I got 3 opponents here. What's in it for me? $40 million. That's how much it is to fight any of these dudes, okay? So I'm going to make the same amount of money. Let's look at the recognition. Okay. Fans don't really know Keith Thurman. Fans don't really know Shawn Porter. Fans don't even know Subway sandwich artists. Some people have heard Keith Thurman. Some people have heard Shawn Porter. Whatever. Some people know Subway sandwich artists. They know about Subway or whatever. But whatever. For the most part, it's the same. None of them are really recognized as legitimate contenders. I just beat the most worthy contender, which was Manny Pacquiao. So, out of these 3, which one should I fight? You pick. I'm going to give you that decision. You, as a fan who is pretending to be Floyd Mayweather at this particular moment in time, you decide on who you would pick. The money's the same. The recognition's the same. There's no belts on the line because you got all of them. Everything is the same. Who would you pick? Don't worry, I'll wait.